I want to talk about all things eating out on a carnivore diet. In this video, I'm going to give you a few tips for how to actually eat out in a restaurant, like when we're going out with friends or family or holidays, that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to give you a list of foods that you can just kind of know to order while you're out that are like totally safe and good to go for the carnivore lifestyle. So first things first, with the carnivore lifestyle and choosing to eat that way, I have decided to make this my lifestyle as well. It's something that has honestly completely changed my life. I also decided to stop drinking when I was 25 or 26 years old. So I'm finding a way better life for myself by kind of implementing these new lifestyle hacks. And contrary to popular belief, I'm finding that actually, removing alcohol makes my life so much better, and removing everything but meat, at least for me, has made my life and my body and my health and my mental health so much better too. So it's a matter of kind of just like breaking the matrix. Okay, as far as a list of food that you can eat when you're going out to restaurants, I'm going to go ahead and read off of my list here, and go ahead and jot these down as, in your phone, like as notes or something like that when you're out, so you can kind of just refer to it really easily and not have to think about this when, you're out with your homies or your family and want to order some food at a restaurant and not be a weirdo. So the pretty obvious one would be first, burger patties. You can order a burger and just get double burger and either take it off of the bread if you want, or just order the burger patties. Obviously, it'll be less like weird for your people around you if you just order the burger and just take off the bread, but you can totally do it any different. Just order the patties. I typically get a double because it's like more meat. Steak is pretty obvious.
Get a damn steak.
That's the most obvious go-to. Usually the steaks come with like sides of vegetables and maybe some like starchy carbs. I typically try to see if I can just like replace that with another kind of meat, like replace the side, or I'll just leave it on there and like, push the food around a little bit if I'm with, let's say a business meeting. But if I'm with family and friends, they typically know that I just eat carnivore, and I just let them have those sides and I don't touch it myself. The third is chicken wings. So for everybody that is going to, Sunday football, watching games, at bars and that kind of thing, get wings. And the real trick to this one is to get rotisserie wings. So you don't want to get wings that are loaded in like all the sauce, because that's kind of where we run into the problems. We're not supposed to have the sauce, right? So wings, that are like barbecue wings, that's a no. But you can get the barbecue sauce on the side, just like a little teeny thing, and like dip it in there to have a tiny little bit of taste. And I'm talking like a little, that's cheating technically, but if you have a teeny little baby bit, it's not going to kill you. Just a little bit though, I'm serious. Don't like dip it and all that. That's going to defeat the purpose. Go for rotisserie wings. Seafood is a really great option. You don't want to get like sushi though, because sushi obviously has the vegetables and it has the rice. So seafood would be like salmon, you can get mussels, like crab, that kind of stuff. As long as it's meat, just don't drown it in a ton of sauces like the rest of this, obviously. Ribs, oh my God, these are my favorite. I cannot cook ribs myself that are really good, so I usually go out and order them. I freaking love ribs so much. You can get ribs, you can get a whole stack of ribs and just go in on those and be totally fine with carnivore. Again, don't have a ton of sauces on it. If you're gonna have sauces, put like this, literally this much, and just have it on the side. But ribs all day. Always get that at restaurants. It is my favorite. Now, if we're gonna go to like different kind of like themed restaurants, like a Mexican restaurant, right? There are a few things that we can get there. I typically get carne asada, I get carnitas, or barbacoa. You can get like a whole bunch of other stuff too. Fajitas if you want. You're just gonna have the meat and that's pretty much it. So you can kind of just go selectively with that, but those three things are probably the best go-to. The second style restaurant is Mediterranean style restaurants, and the types of food that I usually eat there is like a beef kebab or a chicken kebab. That's also really straightforward. You can get a crap load of kebabs and they're not that expensive, and you can just have all the meat and it's really super filling on that. So that's a pretty simple go-to. Some other restaurants have that too, like sometimes American style restaurants will have kebabs, but definitely a solid go-to for Mediterranean style restaurants. And then barbecue, right? We all love barbecue. If we're gonna go to barbecue, if you're in Texas or, really anywhere else in the United States, you can definitely go to barbecue restaurants. You're gonna wanna get ribs, pulled pork, brisket, pulled chicken, sausage, that type of stuff. Again, the sides, keep them to a minimum if anything at all, but try to have none if you can. But Load it up with salt, load it up with pepper, some seasoning is cool with that too. So these are basically the foods that we can have like a go-to list for eating out. So I know there's kind of like a social aspect to this. Like when I was deciding to go carnivore, going out is a little bit awkward sometimes because people just don't get it. Like there's people that have been just like I was. I mean, we've all been taught to consume vegetables and all these fruits and all these grains and all that stuff. And while, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, for me, I've done quite a lot of research and self-experimentation, and I realized that carnivore lifestyle is absolutely the best way of eating and lifestyle for myself, for my mental and my physical, and just reaching my goals. So knowing that, that's something that I stand firm behind. People might give you kind of weird looks if you just eat the meat. They might think it's weird for a little while, just like I always talk about life without drinking. People who are used to you drinking might feel weird with you not drinking the first time or making that new life decision. But understand, like, this is for you, and this is going to literally transform your life and your health and your mental health. And if people give you weird vibes, weird looks, eventually it will go away. They will get used to it. And also, you're going to just exemplify how good you feel all the time because it's like inevitable that you're going to feel amazing on carnivore. People eventually start to see that. They start to notice how you look. They start to notice how you feel, how your skin looks, how your body weight looks, how you are acting, how much energy you have over time. And they also just get used to us not eating the same stuff that we always used to eat and kind of back off a little bit. So just know that like having this type of lifestyle will bring some of those like kind of questions from people. Don't worry about it. Eventually, like all of the weirdness goes away. The other thing with restaurants is that most of them have like an a la carte style menu. So you can pretty much order meat off of the menu at any point in time, like, any restaurant you go to. A lot of times they'll have meat as like a side dish. So if you just want to order a bunch of side dishes, that's cool. Sometimes when I'm ordering and I don't want it to be weird, like I don't want it to be all complicated in front of everybody, I'll actually get up and go talk to the waiter privately, one-on-one, just to explain it. And that's something that works really, really well because then you can actually just not have the awkwardness and say that you want, 4 sides of meat instead of an actual entree, and you just do that in private. I usually do that for like business meetings, but also just sometimes when it's like I don't want to overcomplicate the menu and the ordering process with like a large group of people. So just know that you can do that. If you are going to a place that has burgers, just know that you can probably get like a lot of burger patties. You can get a double, even a triple sometimes. I usually get a double. There's also going to be like burger places, burger chains, probably around where you're ordering. So even if you got like a small bit of food at a restaurant, like you're at a business meeting and you can't really get more than just a side dish for some reason, you can always go afterwards to a burger joint and just get a couple burger patties and you'll be great after that. Great places to go to actually just get meat and not have to like stress about it. You could go to like Chipotle, Qdoba. I just went to Legal Pete's recently. You just get the guy called it my bowl of meat when I was checking out. He didn't know what to do with it. And my friends and I was going out with them to eat and they were new to me doing carnivore. So it was adjustment for them too. And the guy doing the checkout was like, okay, here's your bowl of meat. So, people are going to take it kind of weird, but I got a bomb ass bowl of meat. I really did. I got a whole bunch of different styles, chicken, steak, pork, and it was really good. And actually the price of just getting that was less than what a actual burrito was going to be. So you can do that when you go to Chipotle or Qdoba. You can just order meat, just stack it on, put on salt, put on the pepper. Don't worry about the social stigma that comes with it. Remember, you're doing this for your health, mental health, physical health, to get off pills, to get into a better lifestyle, to cure autoimmune diseases, to get over whatever anxiety, depression you're dealing with. And it shouldn't really matter what anybody else has to say about this because you will see in this process that it's really easy to eat out. It's really easy to do carnivore and that you will feel better. I promise you. So if you guys are curious about like this lifestyle, again, I have a video here where it's my very first month doing carnivore. I also have a video here about just a shopping list in general that you could use to actually go and get yourself started on carnivore. You don't have to buy everything on the list, but the list is going to be probably the best list of groceries that you can find to get yourself started on carnivore and just have no questions. So go ahead and watch those. If you are interested in living a life without drinking, I stopped drinking when I was 25 or 26 years old. Didn't realize that it was going to be the best thing I ever did for myself, but I have since realized that society as a whole, we are all stuck in this matrix of thinking that we need or want alcohol to have a great time and to live a great life, as well as this food matrix that we're stuck in, where we're told to eat all of this stuff, these vegetables, these fruits, these grains, when that's all just a marketing ploy to get us to actually buy the products and then, generate profit for those companies. And then we have to buy the pills and the workout stuff that makes us lose the weight from eating that food that we've been taught is actually good for us, when in reality, it's actually not. So I'm here helping to break this matrix, not really myself, just trying to learn it myself with you guys. And I'm sharing everything that I know on this channel to help you out as I go too. So if you're interested in either of those things, go ahead and subscribe. We've got a dope ass community here of just really cool people looking to live the best life possible. If you are liking this video, if you got something out of it, go ahead and like it, please, so that other people who might need to see it can see it. And any comments, any questions, any kind of objections, anything you want to ask about this eating out in restaurants, go ahead and drop it down below. I'm sure somebody else would love to see it. So guys, I love making these videos. I love talking about this stuff. I'm obsessed with carnivore now because it's changed my life, and I really appreciate you guys, watching this with me. I really look forward to seeing you on the next one, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya.